Driving in the fog. Obtaining maximum visibility and reducing glare. Fog. The best advice for driving in fog is don't. You should consider postponing your trip until the fog clears. If you must drive, then slow down and turn on your low beam headlights, because the light from high beams will reflect back and cause glare. Never drive with just parking or fog lights. When driving in fog, use low beams only and look for road edge marks to guide you. Since conditions may change from moment to moment as you pass through areas of even thicker fog, you should adjust your speed and be prepared for emergency maneuvers. Increase your following distance and be prepared to stop within the space you can see in front of your vehicle. Avoid crossing or passing lanes of traffic unless absolutely necessary. Listen for traffic you cannot see. Use your wipers and defrosters as necessary for best vision. If the fog becomes so thick that you can barely see, pull completely off the road. Do not continue driving until you can see better. Turn off your lights or someone may see your taillights and drive into you. When driving through dense fog, heavy rain, or snow during daytime, turn on your low beam headlights to give you better visibility and alert oncoming cars. Have good operating windshield wipers so that they do an effective job. If you are driving at 45 miles per hour in a 55 mile per hour zone during dense fog, you could be cited by a police officer for driving too fast for conditions. Remember, even though you may think it is safe, you may never legally drive faster than the posted speed limit. Keep your windows clear by making certain the defrosters and windshield wipers are working properly. Use a good window scraper to remove all ice, snow, and frost, even if you are just traveling a short distance. Fogging or condensation of moisture on the inside of the windshield can quickly be removed by opening the side windows. Fog lights. A vehicle may be equipped with 2 fog lights. The lights may be white or amber. The beam must strike the road not more than 75 feet ahead of the vehicle on which it is mounted. The lights are legal to have in operation at times when you are required to dim your headlights. Windshield wipers. Use wipers and defroster as necessary for maximum vision. Every vehicle equipped with a windshield should have 2 windshield wipers for cleaning rain or any other moisture in order to permit clear vision for the driver, unless one wiper cleans within 1 inch of the inside of the windshield. Both rain and fog create vision problems as well as vehicle control problems. Keep your windshield wipers in good condition and wait a few seconds after rain starts before turning them on. There should be enough water on the windshield for the wipers to clean it, not smear it with dust or grime. If it starts to rain on a hot day, pavement can be very slippery for the first few minutes. Heat causes oil in the asphalt to come to the surface. It makes the road slippery until the oil is washed off. Close to the freezing point, the road is icy and may be more slippery than at colder temperatures. How fast is traffic moving? Accidents tend to happen when one driver is going faster or slower than other cars on the road. Going slower than other cars or stopping all of a sudden can be just as bad as speeding. It tends to make cars bunch up behind you, and it could cause a rear-end crash. If many cars are pulling out to pass you, maybe you should increase your speed to the speed limit or move over to the right lane. If the engine dies, move to the side of the road as quickly and safely as possible. The steering wheel may take more force to turn than normal. Stop the car. You may have to push the brake pedal hard if your car has power brakes. Restart the engine if you can and proceed with caution. Mileposts can be used to tell where you are located if you have an accident, have mechanical problems, or are out of gas. If you have to stop, note the route you are on and the approximate distance from a milepost. If it is safe, lift the hood to signal an emergency. Give other drivers plenty of warning. If you have them, place emergency flares or triangles 200 to 300 feet behind the car. This allows other drivers time to change lanes if necessary. Be very careful when using flares. They may cause fires, especially when used near flammable liquids. If you don't have emergency flares, follow the rules listed above and stay in your vehicle until help arrives. Be careful for your safety and stay off the road. Remember, don't even try to change a tire if it means you have to stand in a traffic lane. Lights. Replace burned out bulbs and clean lenses often. Dirty headlights can cut your night vision by 1/2. Burned out signal lights or brake lights mean you can't tell other drivers what you're doing. Keep your lights adjusted so you don't blind oncoming drivers. Check your brake lights often to make sure they are clean and working properly. General tips to avoid skids. 1. Watch for areas where ice collects. Do not slam on your brakes to stop on snow or ice. If you slam on the brakes, your vehicle will almost always skid. Instead, gently press the brakes and then release them. 2. Avoid turning or swerving suddenly. It is better to swerve right instead of toward oncoming traffic to prevent a crash. Hitting a row of bushes is better than hitting a tree, post, or solid object. 3. Avoid applying brakes too suddenly or too hard. Get the feel of the road away from traffic when you start driving. Try your brakes lightly so you will know what to expect. 4. Do not drive on road edge or shoulder. The paved shoulder on interstates should not be used for vehicular travel except for deceleration when marked or for emergency purposes. A stopped car on the interstate, even on the shoulder, is extremely dangerous. Do not stop on the interstate highway except for an emergency. 5. Change to a lower gear. To avoid skidding on a slippery surface or sharp curve, you should not change to a lower gear at too fast a speed.